Hello everyone, welcome back to Game Brigade. My name is Brian and today we are going to be diving into the unboxing for Lords of Ragnarok. This has finally showed up in my house. I am so happy because I've been waiting for this game to finally show up. Now I did a preview, first impressions for this when it was a prototype. I wish I was able to keep playing my prototype, but unfortunately I had like a paper mat. It didn't survive very long. I still have all the minis though, like literally sitting right there on my floor. So this has been long overdue. I've been so excited to finally dive into this. So I've got the stretch goal box. I did not do all in. So unfortunately I don't have all the things to show you, but what I do have is obviously the core box here. We got the stretch goals and the terrain kit, which was kind of just an enhanced, enhancement of your life kind of situation with the terrain. So we are going to be diving into this unboxing. I think we're just going to start with the core box and then go from there. So Lords of Ragnarok, the area control game. This is the second in the series in the Lords series, the first one being more Greek mythos. And I never got the first one. I didn't catch it on Kickstarter at the time. But this one, I definitely wanted to make sure I got a part of it. So inside the box, we have some additional of the realms. We got Niflheim and Jotunheim. You gotta take it easy on my pronunciation of a foreign language stuff. Then we have assemble your armies below. The instructions below are meant for army miniatures. You will take one army miniature, one dial, and one pin. Insert. This is all standard stuff. I know how to do that. If you have bent or broken miniatures, usually if the miniatures are bent, you can adjust the parts. Yep. Okay, this all sounds fairly. I don't really need that. So we've got the rule book, and we have a solo rule book. So before we dive into the solo rule book, let's take a look at the rule book. So one thing I've become more and more thankful for are very clear contents and components outlining. You would be surprised when the one time you need to know exactly what is in a game, maybe you're selling something, you need to check the components in the rule book, and if they don't have it listed out, it can be very, very frustrating. So that is something that's kind of a minor thing that's like a personal, like, thank you for including everything that's in the box because it's very helpful. So that's good. So it looks like they have key concepts, goals of the game, kind of talking about Ragnarok, what happens, the board, different type, the way the seas work. This rule book, by the way, it is very text dense, but it's very short. It's only going to be coming out to 11 pages, which is very, very interesting. So it's very rules dense in terms of the text. It's very text heavy. But the rules weren't that complicated in terms of when I played it, at least, so we'll be looking forward to getting to this. The rulebook is also kind of a glossy, kind of a lighter paper feeling. And then we have the solo rulebook. I don't really play these types of games solo. I don't know if I will be doing anything like that. But here we have the setup options. It also has the components for solo. Again, another thing I love, because when you're looking at the components, you're like, what does this go to? Well, you can check it here easily and see, oh, those tokens are for the solo components, so that's great to know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be focusing much on the solo. It's not really what I bought this for. This was obviously for a competitive game for my friends and I to play. So we'll pull the rule books over there, keep them safe, and let's pull this back over. So here we have some punch, and I like to have my secondary close-up camera available, so when we need it, it is on hand. So let's go ahead and get that going, because you never know when we're going to need, some close-up shots. And okay, so we've got the punch. So here are some of those realms again. I thought the realms were imprinted on the map. So at least in the one I had, they were part of the map. So is that different now? How does the map look? Oh, jeez. Watch Brian just fail as I try to do all this. Get everything in the way. Okay, so it's a double-sided map. This looks exactly like what I played for. So yeah, these regions, when I played the game, these regions were named, and now potentially you'll be placing them there. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. I feel like it's been like 2 years since I played this game. It's been quite a while, so I'll have to figure it out. I remember these regions were named, and then these were the regions where the gods went. So I'll have to figure it out. I don't want to knock this punch out though until I know exactly what I'm doing. I lost one of the dials. So here are the dials that you'll be placing underneath your soldiers. Come on. There we go. Just a standard dial. So, and then otherwise on this we have the different runes that you will be getting for your resources. And then here is your Ragnarok dial that goes straight in the center. So let's go ahead and move that to the side. And we had another punch sheet, which, let's see here. So these are Ragnar the Chieftain. I believe this is who I feel like Ragnar is who I played as. Not sure what I'm looking at here. I'm pretty sure Ragnar was the character that I played at when I did my playthrough with Antlab Games. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure these do look like all the characters that are in the game. The art looks beautiful. And then here we have I believe the temple locations, but we should be replacing that with our terrain pack. So let's go and put this to the side and see what other juicy things we have in here. So these are the monsters that you are going to be hunting. These are the monster cards. We'll kind of get a look at that real quick as well. So here we go. Let's do a quick view here. So a Fafnir, Grendel, Hattie and Skull, a Troll, a Huldra, a Draugr, and Loki. And these are standard Awakened Realms quality cards, very similar to something you'd see in Nemesis or the likes if you've played those games. They have that kind of a glossy feel to them. I feel like it's just standard Awakened Realms quality cards. So let's go and put those over there. And we do have an insert in here, if you can see that. I can't quite see if you can see it, but I have one. Which we have some tokens, colored tokens. Different colored tokens. We've got red, green and blue, and I think black. So in news around Game Brigade Studios, this is pretty exciting, and it's not official yet. So I'm not sure if I should be announcing this in a video, but I believe it should be coming here shortly. I might be a special guest at the Level Up Retreat that is hosted by Board Game Co. and Alex, and as well as a partnership deal with some other people. I'm super excited for that. I had a great time when I went to Dice Tower, being able to play and meet people in the community. That was definitely a lot of fun. So being able to potentially, we're fingers crossed, we got to get the plane tickets and get all the hotel information worked out. But potentially being able to go and meet other people in the community, and I'm even more excited to be able to meet, other creators, because I think that's so cool to meet other creators and kind of, be a part of the community. So we have here are the dual layered player boards, which are very nice. So we have the different colors, right? I thought, yeah. I was gonna say, I remember them being different colors. So we've got green here. We got the red. I absolutely love the way it resembles like Norse boats and their sculptures having these things on the sides. That's so cool. You've got the black and then the blue, which again line up with those tokens that we had. So these are pretty good, pretty thick too, in terms of that dual layer player board. Get you another view of that. So yeah, otherwise in terms of things I'll be doing and whatnot, we got some baggies, just to help organize. I have a box of baggies that I store. I keep like every single baggie, as well as these silica packets. I actually reuse these silica packets. Anyways, in terms of board game relevancy news for Game Brigade, I am also going to Gen Con. This will be my first Gen Con this year. Super excited about that. I was not able to get a hotel on site, which kind of stinks, so I'll be staying in an Airbnb. But overall, I'm looking forward to going. So here we go. Here's kind of what we've been waiting on, are some of these troops. The detailing here, oh, come on, stay focused here. The detailing on these are just insane. Looks real good. So down here is where you are going to insert that dial right here. So that's the green faction. We have multiples of those are the same. I'll show you the green boat. You can kind of see all that detailing there. And you know, they have part of the Ragnarok and the Lord realm is they infuse it with like technology. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but you can see those references here in the sale. It's super cool. Okay, sorry for my gross fingers, my dad hands. Here is the red one. Really cool. Look at that. Yeah, check out, see those pipings or whatever? Kind of just like a little hint of that futuristic stuff going on. And then here we have the blue. Really aggressive, really cool action pose. You know, really solid. This is stiff, really solid. Okay, and we have, kind of looks green as well. I don't know, so I guess the first one was black and this one's green because this is more green. Not as exciting, so I probably will let my friend who plays green all the time continue doing that. He can have green. I would probably rock red, or I normally play purple, but there's no purple, so would I go with the blue, which kind of reminds me of like a shield maiden kind of thing. She looks kind of cool. And then we have the heroes. Let's check out the different heroes now. So the ones I had in my prototypes, because they were resin, were kind of broken, so I didn't get to actually see them in their full glory. This looks so good. Awakened Realms has definitely stepped up their minis. These are some of the finest detailed minis I think I have seen. This is really, really good. Wow. You see the detailing in the axe too. This little tail. Look at that. All right. And then we have two more left. Oh, God, come out of there. I believe this is the guy that I played when I did my playthrough. But of course, I was doing a digital one, so I don't really know what I looked like or what my character looked like when I play with him. And then he looks like he looks like my friend Mark, who no longer is, he doesn't live around us anymore, so he doesn't play board games with us, but this would have been Mark's character. Okay, so those are all the minis that are unique, at least right here. We have the priests. We should have the priests left to go. Let's move these guys over here. I'll have to clean that organization up a little bit more. So what do we have in here? Yeah, so here we have more inserts, and we have the gods. We'll do the gods the last. We have the monsters here, the priests. I might just show the priests all at once so you can see them. Very small comparatively to what we've seen. So there's the priests, and this is for if you don't have the terrain, I'm suspecting. And now let's take a look at the different types of monsters. So This is, God, what was this guy's name? I can't remember. I just read his name. It was the first one I read. This is the one we fought against. I think I fought against this guy and the Loki were what I had available in the prototype. Really cool. These freaking flaring wings. Okay. Oh, wow. This one's chonky. Chonky. You see all the runes on his back? Okay. I'm definitely not putting these in back very well. This has got to be the Draugr. This looks like the Troll. I think that second one was Loki, if I remember right. This is that 2-1, the 2 named person. You got the both animals down here and up here. And Awakened Realms loves doing their miniatures off of like some sort of furniture or sculpture. Like if you look at the the Nemesis stuff, there a lot of stuff is posing. You know, they like to be impacting somehow part of the environment. Okay. Maybe one more. I think we have one more hiding in here. Oh, yeah. Look at her. Come on, get focused. There we go. Now we got some light on her. Looks great. Okay, so to wrap it up, we have, or at least the core box, we have the gods. So we've got the 3 gods that you assemble. So do I want to attempt disassembling? Yeah, here we go. So if I remember right, you had the 3 bases. So you have the base, you put the foots, you know, whatever down here. Let me actually look what I'm doing. Does this go to this guy? This does, right? Okay, so there's that. It's pretty stiff. And then you would build this up here. And there you go. There's that full statue assembled down there. This was my favorite one. This one was so incredibly cool. If I remember right, her head popped off. Oh, yep. Just like that. I want to read the rule book to make sure I know how much more pops off. But yeah, because you assemble these, you build these up as you play. So here is it Freya? Was that who this one was? Freya? I can't remember. Here we go. So there's Freya. Look how cool that looks, guys. I'm going to try to convince my player group to play this on Wednesday. Hopefully they'll want to play with me. I'm not totally positive when this video goes live. So we might have already played it by the time it does go live. Okay. This is Thor. I can't remember what happened on Thor. Yeah, Thor just went apart like this. And then you just slide them back in like that. And there's Thor. So that's it. So that's the core. We have a bunch of cards. In my unboxings, I don't unbox the cards because it's just too much. You know, it's just way too much stuff with the cards. But we are going to take a look at the stretch goals and the terrain box. How about we do the terrain box because it's the first one I grabbed. I will bring the stretch goal box a little closer though, so it's within reach, and then all of this will be ready to go. All right, so let's do the stretch goal box. Got a little bit of impacting here, which is unfortunate, but you know, I would love to be able to figure out a way to not need the terrain box entirely, so that would be great. So, if I remember right, we had settlements and we had like temples. So these, if I remember right, were the temples that you would capture on the board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of those temples. And these are probably the settlements. Just based on, yeah, it looks like settlement. Okay. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 settlements. And here, I have no idea what any of this is. I did not have these in my prototype, so I don't know what these are. These might be things that go on the board for the regions, just based on, yeah, because here they have a rune on it, and so if I remember right, that's like a specific spot is where that rune goes. So does this one have a rune on it? I don't necessarily see a rune on this one. Let's see what else. This one has a rune on it, right there. So we got 2 runes there. I can't remember if this one is a rune or not. I can't remember, so we'll put that in the maybes. Let's see what this one is. This one definitely has a rune. Right there. Both sides. I'm not even sure what this is. Like, what is this thing? What would you classify this? I have no idea what that is. Okay. This is like a giant ball. And this one, I don't see a specific rune on the giant ball. And this one has one. And so it's like every other one I look at definitely has one. This is the rune right here. Oh. Focus up. Okay. So it's 4 with runes. I think there's 5 runes. Oh, this is cool. Check out these hands coming out like that. Look at that. And I don't think that one has runes. So the next one definitely must have a rune. I think there's 5. Yeah. Up there. Now, interesting. But some of these are the same runes, so I might be missing runes. I might have. I'll have to look into it. I can't remember what the terrain pack included 100% because it was more of a quality of life add-on in terms of they looked really cool. And I also can't remember. I'm gonna have to use my overhead shot to remember where all this stuff goes in the box. So let's push all those over there. And check out the final box, the stretch goal box. I really like the art on this one. This one might get featured on my wall somewhere for display. Really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this one, but this one's really pretty. So let's go ahead and see what's up. And then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with my resin minis that came with the prototype because I still have those. So here we have all of these stretch goals. So they have the stretch goal rulebook, which includes all the components that are stretch goals. So we have a player board for the 5th player. We have additional forge tokens, attribute tokens, and army dials. We've got the yellow miniatures. Yellow has been a really interesting color for me lately. I've been enjoying playing with yellow. And that's about it. And then we just have cards. And we have a Fenrir boss model and a Formingarger, I don't know how to pronounce it, boss model. So we've got all of these. So this includes some of those tokens I referred to and whatnot, some additional tiles. So this is part of, so those the things, that's where I didn't know about it because they were stretch goals. I was like, I didn't have this stuff in my game. But here's those hands. Here's that ball thing. So that's probably why I have no clue what they were because they were stretch goals. Here is another board. So this board is probably an add-on board somewhere to accommodate the extra player. So we'll see. I haven't played a 5th player battler in a while. The last one we did was Kemet, and it's been a while since we played Kemet. So here we've got the player board for the yellow player. Those extra monsters, we're just gonna keep those in there. We don't need to see those cards. They do not fit there where I want to put them. Let's check out these miniatures. That's what we're here to see. So here's this guy. I can't tell you how good, like, it's impressively, wow, I gotta build this guy fully here. So let's build him real quick. This one I had to fully build, but there she is, looking wicked. I'd be so nervous that this stuff would break. Okay, and we've got Finir. That sword down his throat. I'm excited to dive back into this one because we didn't do much of monster fighting when we played it within the play session I played with Antlab, and then when I played it with my group. We didn't really do much monster fighting for what I remember, so I want to try it again and see how other builds, come on, focus up, work. We have 2 more miniatures to go. Looks really good overall. Very, very happy. And then we've got the yellow player miniatures. The quality of the miniatures just the same as we have seen, but we have the boat here. You've got the priests here, the 4 priests, and then all of the player soldiers. Now these yellow ones are pretty solid. Pretty good looking pretty good, pretty aggressive. So that's it. That is all of it. So I'm going to figure out a way to put this all back, but you guys don't need to watch that. Let's go ahead and stop this camera. We don't need it going anymore. So that's it. That's the Ragnarok unboxing video, including the core box, the stretch goal box, as well as the terrain box. So hopefully you guys are getting yours in the mail soon. Shipping is happening right now, so you should be checking your mail and hopefully getting it. I'm looking forward to seeing what people think about this game, and hopefully sooner rather than later I'll have a review for Lords of Ragnarok. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button to support us on YouTube. The algorithm is always a hard thing to fight. Thank you guys for watching the show. I greatly appreciate it. Talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.